Doing it
live.
Doing it live.
Boom.
Videos on watch. That ain't what I'm looking for. Bitches were live. Bitches were live. Nobody's watching because bitches we just became live.
That was fucking dumb.
It was.
What
Keep in mind,
fuck?
he ate half a gummy before he got on this stuff. All right.
And then I ate the other half just now.
Oh
Half
my god.
a gummy, that's it?
Well, it was gummy worm. I don't know what.
So?
Well, you know, it's in. You got to know the milligram numbers. It could be anything. Could be PCP.
Yeah, I take
I don't know about
PCP
that.
gummies.
No, come on, dude.
PCP gummies probably
Where did you
taste
get
like
them from?
shit.
Just some dude?
No, it was, my friend, but.
No, I get that, but like he didn't measure that shit out. You don't know what the milligrams is.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know the milligrams, so like they could be more.
So you
potent
just
than-
ate. So
well, she said take half now and take another half later. She's like, you got to do anything important? And I'm like, no, I got to be on the podcast. I got to be drunk and stoned for the podcast. And she's like, oh, perfect. We'll take half now and take another half. The other half.
It's just from my experience, those recommended dosages are absolute bullshit.
Yeah, they are absolutely. But
you should only take 5 milligrams. 5 milligrams, dude. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, no, and I think these are serious type gummies. These weren't like, oh, I got these from the dispensary.
Like I know it takes more to get me fucked up, but I ate a fucking like 300 milligram cookie one time.
You are a big man, that's true.
Yeah, but I barely got fucked off of that, dude. Come on.
He said you are a big man.
When I take an edible, I'm gonna get fucking toe up from the flow up.
From the flow up. All right, we starting this shit?
Yep.
Boom. All right. On this episode of the Red Eye Report, we talk about scandals and two of the most evil, greedy white men you ever heard of. I try to stay awake while Ashtray talks as usual, and we go tell you to fuck yourself and curse a lot. With us this week is Ashtray. Ashtray is on the lam after it was discovered that he had been using his father's slave labor to make those fucking horrible My Light lighters. Like an idiot, he posted his picture
My
of his
dad's
father
slave labor?
Yeah. Your dad using your dad as slave labor.
Oh, my dad. Oh, yes. Yes.
His dad's slaves.
I thought like my dad had slaves. Dad as slave labor.
Yeah, as slave labor. Yeah. Like an idiot, he posted pics of his father chained to his desk doing labor, leading to the scandalous investigation. Next to him is Mystic. Mystic was briefly indicted for the disappearance of his long-lost love and buddy Hayrod. But once it was discovered that Hayrod was not missing, just hibernating under a bunch of dirty clothes, the charges were dropped.
That's funny.
That's
his natural state.
You better be listening.
Yeah.
Then there's Oracle. Oracle was investigated. It was investigating when a dog at one of his bases he was stationed at, was found beaten to death in a sack.
Hey.
but since he had a solid alibi and no murder weapon found, he was honorably discharged. And finally, I'm Teddy. I'm black, so just pick something, and I've probably either done it or been charged with it. And I had an agreement with Mystic because we were supposed to do it last night, but I had to postpone it to tonight. So as per my agreement with Mystic, he wanted me to tell everybody that he loves the cock. I don't know why, but I think he's brave for coming out and saying it. And this is the
right.
I
forgot.
Oh man.
I walked into that one, didn't I? Pretty
Yeah,
sure I
motherfuckers.
did.
Yeah, you did. All right. So with in the news, you got a lot of scandals going on. You still got the Russia shit going on, and all the people testifying. And just a few days ago, that college shit broke. So I started thinking about scandals, and I was like, I haven't done a show with scandals. We probably have, but Teddy was probably hiding it. Remember? So we're gonna do it again. So we're gonna start a couple of sports scandals. This one is one of the probably most well known. It's called the Big Fix. The Big Fix. It was the World Series in 1919. It was
1919?
1919. Yep.
Damn, 100 years ago.
Yeah, 100 years ago. Yeah. So the White Sox, first baseman C. Arnold Chick Gandil, got together with a gambler named Joseph Sports Sullivan, and talked about throwing the World Series. He ended up getting more people in on him with him. He enlisted White Sox pitchers Eddie Katolich, I don't know, and Claude Lefty Williams, shortstop Charles Swede Risberg, and outfielder Oscar Happy Flesh. What about those fucking nicknames?
Flash.
Wasn't Shoeless Joe Jackson one of them?
Oh yeah.
Well, yeah, Shoeless Joe Jackson. Yeah, he was one of them too.
Joe Jackson.
And also, third baseman.
Field of Dreams, man.
Is that where they were all from?
One of the best baseball movies ever made.
Fuck, I haven't seen that since I was a little kid.
Son bitch.
So the thing was that they were all going to get $100,000. They were going to get $20,000 per loss.
Whoa.
Back
Damn,
then,
100 G's back in 1919.
right. So they get $20,000 per
A lot
loss.
of money.
But it turns out that because back I was like I thought I was like that math don't add up because right now we think it's only 4 games, but back then
Yeah, it is 4.
Right, no, it was back in 1919. It was best of 9. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So I'm like shit. So the White Sox, they threw the series was at 4-1, and the fucking the gangsters that they made these deals with, because they got other gangsters come in with them. They made these deals with. They stopped paying out. So the White Sox got pissed and started to say, we're gonna start playing for real. So they brought the series to 4-3. And right about that time, the gangsters that they made these deals with were like, hey, motherfuckers, y'all are gonna throw this fucking series. And the players were saying they were getting threats to their family and stuff. So they ended up. So they actually
ended up laughing.
So what?
Yeah.
You're like they ended up. Like,
because in my mind I was thinking, when you make a deal with a gangster, you know what I'm saying? If you don't have the muscle or the shit to go back on that deal, you shouldn't go back on a deal with a gangster. I mean, you got some of the fucking money. So I'm like, of course you got your family's threatening shit.
Yeah. That's what'll happen.
So they ended up.
I feel like this
series.
tiger said he wasn't gonna eat me, but
So they threw the game.
Yeah, they threw the games and fucking ended up giving the guys what they wanted.
How much or how did they end up?
Did they get paid, or how did this come out to light?
Yeah.
Well, in 1920, evidence surfaced that gamblers had rigged a regular season game between the Cubs and the Phillies. A grand jury was convened to investigate, and speculation soon turned to the previous year's World Series. Around that time, gambler Bill Marg went public with an account of his own involvement in the fix. Yep.
who'd they play?
And then he later was found sleeping with the fishes.
Later found sleeping with the fishes. The White Sox played the fucking
Brain fart. Did Teddy just?
I think he
drop?
froze.
Oh yeah, look at him.
Oh.
Teddy just had a coma.
yeah.
Oh, there we go. Oh,
Oh, Teddy.
oh,
Yeah, you're
you're
breaking
back.
up. There you are. There you are. We see you now. So we missed what you said. The White Sox did something.
They played Cincinnati Reds.
Cincinnati Reds.
Cincinnati Reds, yeah. Woo.
So did the Reds not? Did they win that? Like, do they still have that title? Does it say?
It doesn't say. It does not say they took the title away from them. They didn't find, like I said, they didn't find out until 1920. I don't know where I went out at, but they didn't find out.
I suppose it's not really the Reds' fault.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right?
it is.
that would be fucked up if it was.
It would
taken
piss
away.
me off though that we didn't legitimately
That's true.
Wait,
beat them.
Yeah,
you
I
know?
feel like you guys went easy on us, you know?
Right. Yeah.
Where you think you played a fucking good, solid game.
So yeah, after the accusations, after the one at night, like I said, 1920, they found out about the people, them fixing the game between the Cubs and everything else. A gangster came out and admitted his involvement, and after that, the a lot of the people started coming out and saying what they did. They actually went to trial for the shit. And they actually went to trial, but they kind of coasted through the trial, but all of the evidence and shit came up missing in the trial, so they kind of let the shit
Imagine
go.
that.
Of course it did.
Oh, listen.
Yeah.
Kind of looks like this shoeless Joe Jackson kind of got fucked over. by
Oh,
this
yeah?
whole thing.
Yeah, he only got 5,000 actually. Yeah.
Yeah, he only got 5,000, and he had his series best batting average of 375 suggests he took no
Wiped out,
active role in throwing the 1919 championship. But he was kicked out of the league, wasn't he?
Yep. He was. Yeah.
So that's pretty
Yep.
fucked.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's why he got pissed off as a ghost and made some weird Iowa farmer build a fucking ballpark in the middle of his cornfield.
If you build it, they will come, you stupid fuck.
Yeah.
You stupid fuck.
You stupid fuck. All right, which that brought me to another guy in baseball, the infamous fucking Pete Rose. I didn't know much about Pete Rose. I just knew that he was fucking.
I know just the gist of the story, but I don't know any of the details.
Right. So, all right, just look at his. It's like this. Just read this. I'm gonna read off his career stats first. All right. He was a 17-time All-Star. All right,
damn.
3 times World Series champion, in National League MVP, World Series MVP, National League Rookie of the Year, 2-time Golden Glove Award, Silver Slugger Award, Roberto Clemente Award, 3 times National League batting champion, and I'm like, holy shit. He's got all-time career hits with 4,256, 3,215 career singles, 3,562 career games played. It was like he's fucking I just like unbelievable fucking stats. He fucked it all up because he bet on his team while he was playing and while he was fucking a manager. He always actually denied everything. But he finally came out in like 2009, I think it was. He came out and said that he did gamble as a manager. But he never always bet on his team, never bet against them.
Yeah, I was gonna say like. So basically, he's betting anonymously, but he's betting for his team.
Right, he's betting for his team. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
Rule number 21 of misconduct says that betting on ball games, any player, umpire, club, or league official or employee who shall bet any sum whatsoever upon any baseball game in connection with which the bettor has a duty to perform shall be declared permanently ineligible.
Yeah, that's a really shitty reason to lose everything.
Yeah, so like
especially if you're just betting on your own team, like you're not betting against it. So like you're not actually trying to throw the game to like make a huge payoff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like, but you could
because if you take the points, if there's a point spread,
sure.
Yeah, but the thing is,
I see what you're saying.
I think one of the biggest problems was the commissioners back at the time they got a guy John Ward to investigate this shit. And he came up with a report. It was about 225 pages that concluded that he had bet on baseball, but they couldn't find any claims, any proof of him betting against his team. But Ward did say that after through investigation, through his own interviews with Rose, he thought it was probable that he did bet against his team at some point in time, which I think, and that's what he told the commission. So I think that's played a big deal of it, a big part in fucking what happened. So he should be, with all those accolades, he should be like a shoe-in for the fucking.
He would have been a first ballot Hall of Famer.
First ballot Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
Now he'll never get in. He's not even on the ballot because he can't.
Yeah.
Wow.
Banished.
I think there's another petition going around this year for him again. I mean, they have one.
So
They can petition all the fuck they want. That shit ain't gonna happen.
He's like the Aunt Becky of baseball.
Right? Yeah. The Hallmark Channel's Aunt Becky, or baseball's Aunt Becky, right there.
He's Gandhi.
Did you look up the Boston College one in the 80s or 90s?
No, I didn't look that one up. No, I only looked up 3. What was that one about?
Boston College, some gangsters, some fucking, I forgot what his name was. Some gangster in Boston or New York was trying to he got Boston College to throw games during their season, and then in the March Madness tournament too.
So was he bribing like players or just the coach or?
The players. It was just the players.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna say like, it'd be hard to you'd have to have some of the players in on it, you know?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there was quite a few of them.
Otherwise, you want to play to win.
All right, this last
What's
one
the
I
next
found,
scandal?
Keep going, Teddy. I'll look this one up and then
Cool, yeah, thank you. This last one I found, I actually saw a documentary on it from Michael Moore. This took place in Lucerne County, fucking Pennsylvania. Two judges. It was let me see, boom. Two judges. It was Michael Conahan and Judge Mark Ciavarella, whatever. I mean, it's Ciavarella, right? Yeah, I'm fucking up the names tonight. All right,
Whatever. Who cares?
These guys are fucking cunts.
Roll it off the tongue.
These guys sent more than 2,000 kids to detention centers that were privately owned.
They're judges, right?
Right, yeah, judges for kickbacks. They each got about $1 million from it.
That's so fucked up.
That is extremely fucked up. And these kids, these are kids. Some of them did cash for kids, right? These things, some of them were just like fucking talking back to an administrator in school who got in trouble for it, things like that.
Someone getting in a fight with the principal and getting like, basically where it's like you got to call the cops into the school, and then like all of a sudden like they get into this spiral of the
most of the kids,
private prison system.
Yeah, over 60% of the kids were they were, which I don't know how they did this with the parents, with the parents being there, but they said they were talked into being represented without a lawyer. So when they got before the judges, they said the trials lasted, the cases lasted like less than, like most cases, like 2 minutes at max.
Wow.
And the judge sent them right away. And it says and they were like, they were getting kickbacks for things. The judges were not the only ones who were fucking indicted in this shit. Oh shit, I went down too far. Where'd it go?
Boom boom.
Hey, fuck your boom boom. Okay, so Robert Powell, an attorney and co-owner of the two juvenile facilities, pleaded guilty, and he was fucking in connection. He gave over $707,000 kickbacks to both those guys. He got in trouble. Robert Merkel, M-E-R-I-C-L, Merkel. He was the developer who built the two facilities. He pled guilty to felony to disclose a felony, and got in trouble. And also Sandra Brulo, she worked for the probation officer, to where she was shown recommending that juvenile defendants be placed into jail instead of getting probation.
That's messed up.
Yeah,
I mean, you're totally fucking their lives up.
Well, yeah, they're basically all getting kickbacks from the owner of the private prison, right?
Well, the lawyer,
right?
one of the lawyers was giving them kickbacks too. What did I guess silver
Well,
linings?
the root came to having to fill the prison is why they were just sending kids for the
right.
minor.
It's a documentary about this, wasn't it?
Yes, documentary about it. Yeah. One of the things one of my, I guess, kind of silver linings out of the story was when they first got indicted on these charges, both judges made a plea deal, and a judge threw it out and said, "Fuck no."
Yeah. Yeah, because I remember in the documentary, like one of the judges started crying because he got sentenced to like fucking 25 years or something, 28 years.
Yeah, the first judge,
and he was already like 70, so he's gonna die in prison.
Yeah, Michael Conahan. Where's the plea?
Yeah. Was he the one? Was he the one that fought it, or like he didn't plead guilty, did he?
No.
I thought one of them was like the family was like, no, he is. The daughters, you could tell they were just like fucking rich. Yeah. Like they were the big, like fucking judge's daughter in this small community.
What's up, bitch?
They made a lot of fucking money. And he's like, "Oh, daddy."
So Michael Conahan, he decided to plead guilty. He got 17.5 years in prison. The other judge, Cervella, he decided to go to court and fight it. He ended up getting 28 years in prison.
So it happens when you fight.
Mm-hmm. So I'm like, but I mean, they kind of like Oracle said, they fucked these kids' lives up. I mean, they were giving kids 9 months.
Yeah, one kid
to
killed
years
himself
for fucking doing nothing. Yeah, one of them kids did kill himself. Yeah, I remember that from the.
Messed up.
So that scandal is actually deeper than I thought. It was a point shaving scandal, like I was talking about, Ashtray. Mm-hmm. So basically, the scheme proposal was conceived by a guy named Rocco Perla, which is a great name, and his brother Anthony, Rocco and Anthony, in Pittsburgh during the summer of 1978. The Perla brothers were small-time gamblers, so they recruited. It was actually only one player from the Boston College Eagles basketball team from the 78-79 team. His name was Kuhn. Something Kuhn. Anyway, doesn't
Sounds
matter.
racist.
Rich Kuhn. And Kuhn. And the Kuhn basically, so they would pick games where they were supposed to win by, let's say, 8 points. They would bet on them and make sure that they won by less than 8. So that they won bet on the other team. You know what I'm saying? So he can control how many points, like I think he was the center. So it was easier for him, and he went to school with that Rocco Perla guy in high school, so they like knew each other. So the guy got paid $2,500 per like bonus, but I didn't know this. It was actually involved Henry Hill, who was Ray Liotta from fucking Goodfellas.
Goodfellas, yeah.
Him and Jimmy the Gent, Jimmy, the fucking Robert De Niro's character, were the guys fronting the money.
Really?
For these, yeah.
Holy
so
shit!
They would also bet on fucking games where they were supposed to lose, and get the point spread less than what they lost by, so they would win on that too. And the only reason that it was uncovered is when Henry Hill fucking went into witness protection and he told them all about that shit.
Oh, so what happened to that player?
He got 10 years in prison.
What? Oh,
and he only served 28 months.
Still a couple years in prison.
Yeah, it wasn't uncovered until 1980, so 2 years later.
So I wanted to bring this up during the Pete Rose thing. Like read his accolades and shit. Do y'all think he should be? First off, anybody think he should be considered for the Hall of Fame? Like anybody run? Yes,
that's funny. They should make a Hall of Fame for cheaters.
Yeah.
They really should. It's like, you know what? You made some awesome records.
But he didn't cheat, though.
Yeah, he didn't cheat, though, yeah. And even as a coach, he had to win record.
He didn't cheat on his games, but he broke the rules. So it's like he's null and void for the actual Hall of Fame. So there should be a Cheaters Hall of Fame.
Well, I think there should be. I think he should be inducted, but there should be an asterisk saying that he did this. You make your own judgment whether he fucking deserves. On his accolades alone, on his skill, he deserves to be in the Hall of Fame.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
In my opinion. Just like Barry Bonds on his skill deserves too.
So now, do any of those guys
should he be the best hitter of all time because the dude was obviously juiced up? No, he shouldn't be. But he was a fucking monster of a player even when he wasn't. So I don't know.
So what are any of these guys that now it's coming back that they were juicing? Are any of those in the Hall of Fame?
Bonds isn't yet. I don't think.
Like, does that disqualify them? Because that's fucking cheating.
Jose Canseco was he? He was the one who wrote a book about all the crazy shit, right? Okay.
Yeah, I don't think Jose's in the Hall of Fame. No.
No, he's like an alien hunter now.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
They were talking about it on the radio the other day, a couple weeks ago. He's like wrote a new book or some shit. And now he's like, no, yeah, like basically. So he had like this thing going on his Facebook,
that's what steroids does to your
Instagram
brains,
or something.
these aliens.
Where like you could buy a fucking like an alien hunt.
Holy
with
shit!
Jose Canseco. I shit you not.
Okay, I gotta
like
look
you
this
go
shit
on
up.
like some. You gotta Google it.
All right, wait, Jose Canseco alien.
Yeah. Jose.
What the fuck? How do you spell Canseco? Okay.
He hangs out with fucking Jesse Ventura.
Oh, I bet. Yeah, that'd be a match made in heaven.
Or maybe I'll fucking
look
up his
website. Check out my kid.
All right, Jose, fucking Teddy. Okay, Jose Canseco aliens. Does he have a website?
I don't know. Does he?
He probably does.
Searching for aliens with Jose Canseco.
Yeah. There it is.
Oh, here we go. Jose Canseco talks about aliens and time travel. What is the connection with him and aliens?
I don't know.
Here, let me just maybe a video will clear some of this up for us. Canseco.
Here it is right here. Sanford SF Gate Sports. Hunt Bigfoot and aliens with Jose Canseco for only $5,000 in cash.
What?
Yeah.
All right. Jose Canseco. Like, it's all...
You know, it's really hard to take anyone serious about Bitcoin.
Canseco tweeted the offer Tuesday. Go on a Bigfoot and alien excursion with Jose Canseco. Contact Morgan Management. When the Huffington Post called the listed number, it received a text reply that read in part, only 5 lucky individuals would get a golden ticket. Oompa Loompas ain't got nothing on Bigfoot. Travel in his custom RV. You never know what's going to happen with Mr. Canseco. Oh, holy shit. That is awesome.
What the fuck? Jose Canseco says finger fell off during poker tournament?
What?
What the fuck?
Oh,
What
dude
is-
is a fucking crackpot. those fucking steroids fucking turned his brain into mush.
Oh, man.
He should become like Trump's fucking sports advisor. Trump should have a sports advisor.
Shit, fuck that, man. He should become the Secretary of Defense.
Fuck you, no show. My kid's been thrown up, right? And I don't have a babysitter. It's called being a father, dick.
Wow.
All right. Take that,
I'm sure
Jose
you should be fucking
Canseco.
with the one viewer that we have.
All right, next up is our What Sexy part of the show. We're going to start with Mystic Formula One Drive to Survive.
So it's a new show on the old Netflix, on the Flicks of Net thing there. It's basically Oracle. You watched that one that was on Amazon, right? Where it was like 6 episodes. It was like the preseason one or whatever.
Mhm.
So this is like the season, but they follow all of the teams except for Mercedes, because Mercedes and Ferrari ain't giving up any fucking secrets, basically. So it is cool because it doesn't just focus on the better guys like Daniel Ricciardo and shit, like guys like that. It focuses on fucking the shit teams too, because there's a ton of drama going on with them. I mean, because you got to think of it, the 20th place driver in Formula One is still better than every other driver in the world, except for those 19 other guys. You know what I'm saying? He is a fucking phenomenally talented person, and they have gigantic egos. So it's like watching the fucking, like this really intense reality show with fucking insane cars.
Nice.
Basically, dude, it's fucking cool shit. Like, I think it's really fucking cool.
That's cool. Yeah, I enjoyed that that other show, and I'm not somebody that watches racing straight up, but
and this, you don't
this
have to
shit's
fucking like it's intense. Like, I think it was the 3rd or 4th episode. I was fucking like, one of the dudes, Daniel Ricciardo, like blew one of his fucking gears with like 19 laps to go in Monaco, which is the hardest track in the whole fucking circuit. And he's like Sebastian Vettel, who's fucking one of the best in the fucking business, is right on his ass. And he's fucking holding this guy off. And I was like cheering, because I don't even know. I don't fucking know these guys at all. These are European drivers and Australian and shit, you know? But that dude has got some fucking balls of fucking steel, dude. I'm saying these guys, they do the most insane. They're fighter jet speeds. You know what I mean? G-forces in a fucking car, millimeters off the ground.
millimeters.
Millimeters. Like, some of the crashes that they have are fucking insane.
It's insane that they don't die when they.
Yeah, right. They just walk away.
Yeah, That's some serious. Didn't
Not
we watch like a
everybody. That one chick,
documentary a while back?
she went airborne into a building. I saw.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, and she raced
Yeah.
her first race back last weekend.
Oh, did she? Okay.
Yep, in Formula E. That bitch has got. She would talk about balls of steel. That bitch fucking came back from a broken spine, broken back.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Boom.
It's a cool show, man. Check it out. You don't even have to like racing. It's fucking. It's just, as far as reality shows go, it's right up there for sure.
There you go.
Nice.
Check it out. Formula One Drive to Survive. Next up, we got Oracle with galvanized steel pipe. What the fuck?
Yep. Solving problems with my old steel pipe.
You beating bitches with pipes now?
So, if you guys recall, maybe like a year and a half ago, I was driving through Providence, and this pit bull was fucking attacking this woman on the ground. So I pulled over,
Forgot about that.
and I grabbed my steel pipe and beat the dog with it. While fucking people were just standing around, fucking flabbergasted.
Yeah,
not doing fucking anything.
Yeah.
So, once again, the steel pipe comes in handy. I'm trying to get the washing machine. It takes quarters.
So you just hang around with a steel pipe?
I have it handy for when I need it in a situation like this, Teddy.
Yeah.
When the washing machine has
my
too many
Hello Kitty
quarters
baseball bat.
and it gets jammed, and I'm like, fuck, I'm sitting there working on it, and it's like, god damn it. But it was just perfect. It was one of those situations where I could just put it in, and it was like the perfect leverage, and I had to barely put any effort into it, and it was just smooth, and it popped it open, and I was able to do my laundry. So if you have yourself a nice galvanized steel pipe, get yourself like 3 feet long, you can beat vicious dogs off of
The Red Eye Report does not advocate murder with a steel pipe. You kill somebody, you cannot say the Oracle told you on the Red Eye Report to use a steel pipe.
or you can free up your washing machine so you can do your laundry. So there you go.
Perfect.
Okay, wow. Thank you for that. Next up is Ashtray with Olivia J loses her sponsors.
Yeah. So we didn't talk about this scandal in the main topic, but it's the one that's in the news right now. Basically, so the what they say they've got now, was it 90 families, 30 families, something like that?
I have no idea.
But this guy, anyways, apparently claims that up to 800 people he's done this for, getting kids into colleges.
She's a bit of a social media celebrity.
The most notable ones are the Aunt Becky from Full House and the woman from Desperate Housewives. The daughter, Olivia Jade, and she is fucking gorgeous. She kind of looks like a Kylie Jenner, and I see why she's like one of these social media influencers. Because just a bunch of fucking dumb young people have clicked follow on this person. Yeah. And really, it's like a metrics thing for these advertisers. They just see that you've got 2 million followers? Well, oh my God, here, we'll pay for all your dorm room. She was being sponsored by Amazon Student, which is, I guess, a subdivision of Amazon all about dorm college room stuff.
Wow.
And so they paid for all of her furnishings for her dorm room. And she had a couple of makeup sponsorships as well. Because she would do YouTube videos about putting makeup on. And apparently she was getting trolled by people being like, so are you going to give us what's your makeup advice for your federal indictment day? like that. The one was like, row your boat. Because her and her older sister were considered on the rowing team. That was part of that scandal, was to get them on. They faked, photoshopped pictures of them rowing boats.
What?
They couldn't even
probably to give them, probably to cover it up as a fucking
Oh yeah, to cover
D1
up
scholarship.
exactly. That's where you get the easiest leverage is to fake an athlete, and then you bribe the coach, because the coach has to say, "I need this person." Yep, they're not good enough to be in school, but I need this person. They're a great athlete, and for the most part, that is what it's for. But you can find a coach that you bribe to say that this person's an amazing athlete, but they actually don't fucking ever play. Or they may have never played. Yeah. These girls never rode a day in their life. So Olivia Jade,
they rode some dick.
Yeah. So
Wow.
She lost her sponsorships for her makeup. She basically, so her whole worth. Her whole self-worth is rolled up into her social network.
Couldn't she have just gone to fucking college and done all this stuff anyway?
She couldn't have gotten in with
instead of all this other fucking bullshit.
She was that bad of a student. That's
the thing too. She's that bad of a student. That's the thing, is she even had, before the scandal happened, she had to apologize because on her YouTube page, she was talking about how she's going to college. She's like, my parents, basically, like, they really want me to go because they didn't go, blah, blah, blah. But she's like, I'm really looking forward to, like, the partyings and game day. And, otherwise, I don't really care about school. And so then her sponsors are like, you can't say you don't care about school. Okay. So she had to make an apology video. It's just, like, so fucking stupid. But this whole worth of what she is and where she got who she is and how she thinks of herself has been completely like, now she, like, and if she isn't smart, she's fucked. No makeup wants to work with her. She's got stigma. They're pulling out clips from her mom being interviewed on, like, this Today Show with her daughters because, like, they're like, oh, young up and coming socialites. Granted, I didn't know who these people were prior to them. There's enough video of them being like, oh, it's really important that, like, you have how you are in public because, like, one wrong move and you could just completely ruin your career. It's like, yeah, da-da-da.
And here we are.
The
train has arrived.
Right?
All right. Thanks, Ashtray. Next up is Teddy, which is me. Yay. With a show called Love After Lockup. All right. Now, look, before I talk about the show, I don't watch any kind of, except for the show, I generally do not watch any kind of reality TV, anything like that. Not a big fan of it. But this show comes on Week TV. I'm a big fan of Law and Order, and Law and Order has these big ass fucking, like, 12-hour fucking marathons of Law and Order. The Wii channel does. So after I fell asleep while watching my little thing of Law and Order, and when I woke up, this goddamn show was on. Right, this show is about people who fucking find these other people on prison dating sites, and end up talking to them and getting married while in prison and shit. And then the person gets out of prison and they want to get married and have a relationship and everything else. Like, normal people don't do this shit because, like, the chicks on this show, like, they talk to this guy that's been in prison for 4 or 5, 6 years, whatever. When he gets out, the chick is talking about, I can't wait for him to give me a big diamond ring and blah, 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 and all this shit. I'm like, bitch, he just got out of prison. Like,
yeah, right.
I mean, it's in the show, it's an extremely stupid show, but I just can't take my eyes away from stupidity. And one of the episodes probably was staged or something, but one of the episodes, one of the chicks he was with, they got married. She showed up 5 hours late for the wedding. And it was like a country bar or like country club or country bar or whatever. And she showed up 5 hours late. And then when they woke up from the wedding night, she'd taken his phone and his car to go buy crack. And she ended up back in jail and shit. And it's fucking funny because the people that are dating her. It's a reality
show, right?
Yeah, it's a reality show. Yeah, like it's.
So I guess what are they getting out of being a part of? They got to be getting some money or something.
I don't know.
Or are they just promised, like, 15 minutes of fame? Because, like, no one wants to be dramatic on television unless they're actually getting paid for it.
I think people do want to be dramatic on television.
I don't know, man. I think
which is why they sign up for these type of shows.
The drama comes out no matter who the fuck you are.
True.
Yeah, I mean it's.
Teddy,
But
I
it
just want to
shows you-
say, WeTV stands for Women's Entertainment Television, right?
That's fine, awesome. I don't give a shit.
All
The
right.
only thing I watch
I'm
is
just
this
letting you know, man.
and fucking.
Just letting you know.
Hey, Teddy.
Yeah, Law and Order, bro. I love that
Teddy's
shit, right?
comfortable enough to admit
Yeah,
that.
I love Law. They have like 12. Like I say, they have 12-hour marathons. Law and Order. I love Law and Order. Okay.
Look at him.
Except for SVU.
Just look
that's like,
at him.
Can't watch that
Look
shit.
at
but
the
yeah.
throes of ignorant romance.
Yeah,
That's
this
pretty
has
much what it
bad idea written all over it. Holy
Look
shit!
at 'em.
Exactly.
They're
But
all
these people, but the people who find these people in the prisons are so like hard up for love
They're
and shit.
all
That their
terrible
only
people.
last resort is to fucking find somebody in a fucking prison to fucking marry, and that's how fucking. It's so goddamn stupid. If you ever get drunk or high and want to fucking laugh your ass off, watch this goddamn show. All right, these people are fucking idiots. It's called Love After Lockup. So fucking stupid. I would be ashamed for me watching it, except I had no shame.
Attaboy, Teddy.
Next up is our Fuck You Think. And I'm going to start off with schools closing because of weather. Today, my son's school let out at 1:30. I didn't get a call to noon to let me know it was going to be getting out at 1:30, and I was at work. It was because of weather, bad weather coming in. It's going to be bad thunderstorms.
Oh, Teddy.
By the time he would have got out, the thunderstorm, what? You said, oh, Teddy.
Oh,
okay.
you're good.
You, broke up a little bit.
Oh, did I? Shit.
Thunderstorms are getting to you.
Well, that's the thing is the thunderstorms only lasted like 20 minutes. Like it rained real hard and then it stopped, and my son would have been in school by then.
Close
And
the school
so
for
by
a
the time he got out of school,
That's
Say what?
crazy. Yeah.
yeah. So they said they were closed because of inclement weather or extreme weather. There were no tornado warnings, no tornado watches. So he gets out of school at 1:30. We get him from the bus stop at like 2. By the time he would have got out or got home at like 3 o'clock, the sun is out and shit. And so there's nothing. They basically got out of school early for nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And the schools here, if it says it's gonna snow here the night before, schools will close because they say it's gonna snow 2-3 inches without waiting to see in the morning if it snowed any of those inches.
Mm-hmm.
And I understand they're trying to be preemptive in case, because it's really hilly and really curvy here in back roads and stuff. So to kind of avert some kind of danger from the buses going there, but at least wait and see how bad it is, or if it's gonna get that way before you fucking start canceling school for this shit. And it gets annoying as a parent. I don't mind waking up at fucking 6 in the morning and seeing my son's school canceled. What annoys me is seeing it seeing it at noon the next day. It's supposed to snow tomorrow. We'll cancel school, and then waking up and fucking there's no goddamn snow.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because the kids have to make that shit up at the end of the school year.
I tell
And
my
that's
kids
annoys
they're
the
going
fuck out of me.
anyway. You're fucking going to school
Yeah.
anyway. Make your own fun.
Yeah, you just sit on the parking lot and sit in the fucking playground
Parking lot.
all day. Stare at the fucking wall.
Okay, well that's my little bitch for a while. Next up is Oracle with Teddy ruining single player games. What? Crybabies ruining single player.
So I played through what the fuck? Battlefront 2 recently. That's on EA Access Pass or whatever.
Yeah.
Which that game got a lot of shit because they had a bunch of fucking
Before it even came out, yeah.
yeah, like loot boxes
box
and shit
scandal.
like that. Like the internet blew up over it. Well, this one actually had like a single player campaign, whereas the first one didn't have it. So I decided to check it out, and I actually enjoyed it. I was like, hey, this is pretty cool. This is it actually had a lot more to it than I thought it was going to.
Way more than the first one.
Yeah, so I was like, all right, right
And
on.
also being from the standpoint of the Empire, it's actually pretty cool spin on it.
Yeah, I thought it
I
had a lot of things
the
going
Death Star blow
for
up and
it.
shit. Yeah.
And then, of course, I was like, oh, well, are they going to make any more add-ons for this or anything? And I look on the forums, and people are just like, hey, you stupid short piece of shit. This is a multiplayer game. Stop fucking ruining single-player experiences. I don't want to play your dumb fucking multiplayer games.
I don't want your life.
I enjoy stories. I enjoy being told a good story. A fucking battle royale game does not tell a fucking story.
Yeah.
It's just the same thing over and over again. Now, granted, I play Rocket League all the fucking time, and that's over the
Yeah,
same
you
thing.
do.
But also, I enjoy getting a story, So
Yeah.
in your defense, you only play Rocket League with one person.
That's true. But I
thing
feel like that stuff's on its way out. Good storytelling.
The thing is that it is, but. And you're right. The multiplayer, like the new Call of Duties, every time there's a Call of Duty, it's just team deathmatch bullshit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like the best multiplayer games are ones that work through the story. Like fucking Halo 3.
Yeah.
That shit with 4-player fucking campaign.
Multiplayer.
That was awesome as
awesome.
fuck.
Fucking awesome shit. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or even if we go with Call of Duty, if you play the game mode Sabotage. Where one team has to plant the bomb and the other team has to stop them. Like, that's productive multiplayer. It's not fucking... You're working toward a goal. You're not, like, running around. Oh, I'm just going to run around until I see someone and shoot. Oh, having fun.
I'm just... Yeah.
No,
I agree.
you're
When I play a game, when I play a multiplayer match like that, it has to be something. It has to be demolition, fucking, or something like that.
Yeah, it's like I haven't played
point to it,
Apex...
Legends
until or since we last played, because if I play by myself, it's like, what's the fucking point?
Right.
Yeah,
it just doesn't do it for me. Like, it's
if you're not with buddies chatting and strategizing and watching each other's back, there's
See, that's why I think we should play the Division, fellas, but nobody wants to listen, Teddy.
But I
think that's why I always liked multiplayer racing games, because there's a goal.
That's true.
I'm here to beat you. You know what I mean? Or beat the track, or whatever the goal is of that time.
Goals in other games too.
Yeah.
Not really. Not team deathmatch.
The Division has goals.
No, yeah, you're right.
It does have
You're right. Those are those games I wouldn't mind, but I'm not going to buy one every 2 months when they come out, because to me it's a waste of money.
So if I gifted
Teddy
you Division
buys
2
it
right
for
now,
us,
or Mystic, if I gifted you and Hayride the Division 2, both y'all play it with me?
Oh, I'll play
I'd
with you,
play it
Teddy,
if you gifted it to me. Yeah.
Shit, where's my controller?
But so the thing is, though, I wanted you play through a story. I enjoy, experiencing stories through the medium of video games.
Right.
I love like the PS4, the Uncharted and stuff like that. I think that stuff is awesome. But I really, because everything is a games as a service type thing now, and you have the vast majority of gamers now playing fucking Fortnite and Apex Legends.
Yeah, right.
That shit's gonna not exist the next
That's the thing.
generation.
I wonder, is that the vast majority gamers?
It's a lot of fucking gamers.
Yeah.
It is a lot of gamers, but I guess in the grand scheme, like, are these other games suffering? I don't know. There's still a lot of really unique stuff on Steam.
I think there's plenty of room for everybody to coexist.
There's plenty of room, but
I don't think you're gonna run out of good stories.
Will you have the AAA studios putting the money up to tell a good story like that anymore?
I mean, like, even I remember the first.
Look at Grand Theft Auto.
That came out how many years ago now?
No,
that was like 5 years ago.
Well, granted, they could say Rockstar has not. Like, they've been milking the online thing too.
Yeah.
But maybe that is another sign of, like, your whole that's maybe affirms your point, because they did invest a lot of money, but maybe now, because it's this new marketplace where it's like, well, let's just come out with a whole new dynamic for the online Grand Theft Auto, instead of like a new story Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah,
because
that's my old man rant.
Does anybody here play Grand Theft Auto 5? Have y'all played it online and stuff?
I tried playing it online. I was just like, what the fuck is this?
I never found
when it first came out, there was nothing to do, because I played it on 360 when it first came out. But now the whole story of online is building your own fucking evil empire. I mean, you have a meth lab, you have a weed lab.
I don't give a shit about that. I want to be told to
you
go
can do by yourself and do it as friends. So
complete a mission and go complete a mission. That's how I play video games. Fuck. Don't fuck my video games up.
Just go pay Papers, Please, and stop bitching.
Yeah.
All right, that's my fucking rant.
Awesome. Next up is Ashtray with health insurance stopping my auto pay without telling me. Oh shit.
Yeah.
It's gonna take a while, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. It'll take a while. So, anyways,
I'll give myself a check on my kids.
Fucking. So
Well, he woke back up. So he woke up. to
health
something
insurance
to-
names, fucking conglomeration, buying up this company, that company. Anyways, my insurance is Physicians Plus that I've been with for like 14 years, maybe.
Damn.
Granted, those earlier years, I was it was through an employer plan, but I've since for the last like 10 years been on an individual plan with them because my employer is so small we can't have a group plan. And all of a sudden, like, I go to pick up my prescriptions, and I've been having them for years, so they give them to me every 3 months now, you know. You get a little better deal when you buy them in bulk, and they trust you. All of a sudden, they're like, well, you don't have any insurance. It's like, what? Like, what do you mean? Like, here's my new card. It says Quartz on it. I know they changed their name. It says right here, issued December 10th, 2018. Like, this was just a couple months ago.
Mm-hmm.
Or you're going to have to give them a call. I'm like, I fucking need my pills or I'll kill somebody. So
he's not joking.
So paid out of pocket.
How much was it?
This is for 3 months.
How much was it paying out of pocket?
But $330.
It's a chunk.
God
It's a
damn.
chunk. I mean, it is for 3 months, so it'd be like $110 a month.
Yeah.
But they're generic still too, mind you.
Do you get them from like a regular pharmacy?
I get them from the UW pharmacy that's attached to the clinic where I see my primary. I just
Honestly,
get them right there.
You should try a mail order.
A mail order one.
Optum RX.
Yeah.
OPTUM. I swear to God.
Well, I normally
it's
get them right
fucking
through there
way
because
cheaper.
it is like what
And
my
they give you the
insurance
3
covers,
month.
too.
They give you the 3 month fucking thing.
Does your insurance still cover them too?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Like, and maybe that would work too for me. I guess
It's a $50 copay for basically any big item. So my daughter's insulin shit's $50. I mean, out of pocket, that'd be a couple grand probably.
So I had to call the fucking health insurance company, and like, I hate dealing with those kind of situations where you have to like listen. This has to be resolved. I don't know. I have a phone phobia to begin
You have
with.
a phone phobia?
When I talk to strangers on the phone, like I get high anxiety.
What's your number? Let's just give that shit out to fucking people.
Like a dick.
Yeah. Don't worry. I
I'm
never,
sorry.
shit.
Phone
I
phobia?
never-
I mean, a phone phobia? What the fuck?
I never pick
Okay.
up a. I didn't know I had it till I learned about it in a sociology class. I'm like,
How the
oh,
fuck?
yeah.
You couldn't tell when you get anxious when people are on the phone? Did you know? How did
So
you know
wait.
you had it?
Well, like
So somebody told you had it, and then you
That's what I'm
believed
saying.
them.
Like, right.
I knew
that
I
you
was
had.
anxious on the phone with strangers, especially if it's like I have to call, say the credit card company, or like, you know, if you're dealing with the fucking district attorney on the phone or something. You know, like,
Okay,
when I
so
was
you're
arrested.
anxious when dealing
would
with
you
either
ever
going
have
to
to
jail
deal with
or
the
spending your
district?
money. Is that what you're
That was
talking
when I
about?
was
Is that what you're trying to say?
What's that?
Wow.
So
All right.
you've only
Anyways,
named
the whole point
three things.
being-
One
Is that I get anxious on the phone when I don't know who I'm talking to.
Okay. All
If I
right.
were to call
All
a
right.
friend,
Keep going.
and I only found out about it when I was in a
Calm
class
down,
and they were
Dougie.
talking about anxieties and they talked about phone phobia. I'm like, I guess that's probably kind of what I have.
Gotcha.
Point being, it's a stressful situation to try to call your insurance company and be like, listen, you fucking canceled my insurance. What the fuck? My auto pay has been on for 8 years. 8 years for this account.
Wow.
Hasn't changed. Nothing.
Mm,
I got this letter from you saying, if you're okay with the above normal plan, like your plan's gonna be changing to quartz, and so if you were okay with the above plan, or whatever, you don't have to do anything in bold. So yeah, and because it was 3 months of my prescription, if I would have had to get refills every month, I would have caught it.
Mm-hmm.
And then like within the time that they're like, you have to make sure you pay this last month and the month now, or you might lose your coverage. And if you lose your coverage, like you're fucked until the next enrollment period. And that's even if we want to help you, because I'm an individual plan. I have no company group to back me up or an HR person.
Yeah.
And so I have to like do this myself. And basically it was like, you have to just do that like persistent, like pleasant persistence, because it's like, listen, I'm laying out to you that like you basically didn't transfer my auto payment information, and I've been with you for this long. You know, my boss is like, I would be flipping out. I'd be demanding. It's like, yeah, I could flip on them, but they could tell me to fuck off.
Yeah.
I'm one person. I'm one fucking person.
Yep.
Wow.
A tiny person.
So, anyways, I did get it just yesterday. Got it confirmed that it was reinstated because, and the woman did admit that I'm not the only other Physicians Plus person who's like had shit get fucked up and then lost.
Oh no, they fuck people over all the time.
Yeah.
Of course, you're not the only person.
You know what though? The first time I called, they're like, "Oh, sorry. Well, your auto pay didn't transfer, so we'll send you over to the marketplace, and they'll get you some new coverage." And so like they transfer me to this number, or they transfer me. And what I didn't realize is they transferred me not to like the courts marketplace, like
So like the Obamacare marketplace.
ACA marketplace. Yes.
Yeah.
So God bless this patient man with an Indian accent. He because he had to explain to me like, no, I'm actually not a part of your insurance, because I'm trying to tell him like my insurance.
Who's this fucking random fucking person you're
Who's
talking
this random person who's saying like, my auto pay stopped and I need coverage, and they're like, okay.
Oh man.
Yeah. So after 20 minutes of me like talking to him and like giving my information, finding out that I make too much money for Obamacare.
20 minutes of anxiety riddle talking.
Exactly.
Yeah, right.
Because it's another stranger. Yeah. And God bless him, he was very polite. Yeah, so then he's like, you got to call back your insurance company. You should argue with them, because based on what you're telling me, you've been with them for that long. Like, this is a mistake on their part.
Who the fuck was this man? How did you?
His name was Jesus.
How did you get his number?
Yeah, right.
No, the court
They
guy sent me to him. He transferred me right over there. He wasn't even like, call this number. He's just like, I'm transferring you to our marketplace. Our marketplace meant Obamacare. It wasn't even the same thing.
Oh man.
That's why I was like, what?
That sounds like a shit
You
show.
guys gonna meet for drinks? You and Jesus? Did you make a friend? Like, or what?
He just puts you on that random like fucking Skype call thing or whatever.
I just got one last question. All right, one last question. The thing is, okay. You say it's after 20 minutes. Was he no longer a stranger? I'm like, after like 10, 15 minutes, was he no longer a stranger, and you became unanxiety riddled?
Well, my anxiety, like, it mellowed out. In the sense that like this guy was calm and polite with me, and I just had to be patient and wait. It's one of these things where it's like the anxiety of like doing it is way worse than when you actually like get into it and you're going through it. It's a mental thing in my own head.
I'm gonna call you every day and just give my phone to a random bar guest and let you talk to me.
I'll ignore.
I used to work at Figgy's. I know you and.
Yep.
I don't know if Teddy knows what that is.
I don't know what it is, no.
So it's basically they sell like fucking little dumb gifts, like cheese spread, and like fucking sausage platter things.
Sounds like Swiss Colony.
Yeah.
It's what they're owned by. Figgy's owns them.
Mm-hmm.
Like Finger Hut,
Okay.
Figgy's, fucking Swiss Colony, all that shit is like the same company. Anyway, they have a call center in Marshfield, and I worked there. I'd worked there over the fucking, like the Christmas, the holiday season and shit. Because I mean, they paid like $12 an hour, and it was the easiest fucking work you could ever possibly do. So you basically just answer phones and take orders from people. But some of these people, dude, like I'd go in high as fuck because you have to, but like I'd have people try to order with food stamps and shit.
Oh, really?
like fucking these people. Like I remember he was from Kentucky, and he's like, oh, it's my EBT card, and I was like, you can't order. He's just like, it's food. And I'm like, dude, you can't order with your EBT card. I don't know what to tell you. Like, what?
Yeah,
oh my god.
Yeah.
But like, there were so many people that was just asked the dumbest questions.
Oh, yeah, they're real dumb.
Yeah, I had that job.
That's the thing.
When people were nice to me, I would just give them a bunch of free shit. I gave this one woman two jackets.
Yeah.
It's just like, you're a nice old lady.
It must be a Midwestern thing, because the Swiss Colony job, like I had that for like 2 years, and it was a similar thing. You know, even with my phone anxiety, but because it's so structured, you know, like, and people are calling me, it wasn't like I had to call like some company and argue my way for the thing. But I got in trouble because some guy who like really like basically he did put me in my phone anxiety mode, because he like just as soon as I answered the phone, he's just like rah rah rah, fuck you, fuck this, like. I had to calm this guy down. He's like freaking out. And so in my high schooler spite, in his address field in this, you know, old DOS program, underneath the street address, I added a second line. And I just typed, "You are dumb." And like,
so that would show up on his package?
It showed up on everything. I was caught 6 months later. They're just like, "Craig, can you come here?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure." And they're like, "Do you remember this guy?" And I'm looking, and I'm like at the name, I'm like, "Nah, I don't remember." And they're like, "Well, look at his address." And I look down, like, "You are dumb." I'm like, "Oh, that guy." And I was like, I explained, I'm like, I pulled off my like sheepish boy charm, like this guy, like really, he was just cussing at me, and he like really made me mad, and so I thought this was just gonna go on his one order. I thought it was just gonna go on his one order. He's like, they're like, how mad do you think he was when he got on every catalog? I'm like, oh.
That's awesome.
That is pretty funny.
And they didn't fire me.
Oh,
they
I was gonna ask you that.
Because that's how charming I was.
Nice.
Lovable Craig.
Wow.
He's just a rascal.
Puking on the roller coaster.
Wow.
Fucking
yeah.
labels.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Next up is Mystic with Trump's interview with Breitbart.
Yeah, so basically Trump did an interview with Breitbart and said that he's friends with a lot of rough guys, bikers for Trump, the military and the police, and they can get real rough if they have to. So
police and military
basically the president
of
the United States is inciting violence.
I mean, that's
if he doesn't get his own way. Yeah, it's definitely an idle threat. And if somebody other than him was to make it, there would be a huge deal. I mean, Jussie Smollett hired 2 dudes to beat him up, and that dude's facing 17 years in prison, you know.
Yeah. Right?
Trump is basically telling fucking 35% of the nation it's okay to go out and murder people if I don't win. And nothing's going to happen to him.
Nothing's going to happen to him, yeah.
So, yeah, fuck him.
What do you think he's saying?
That's all.
Well,
that's it.
That's all. Well, short, sweet, fucking. Commander and Queef. All right. In all seriousness, go fuck yourself, Hermitage, Tennessee. That's our show. We're going to be here every Wednesday or Thursday night. It was supposed to be last night, but Teddy had to do some shit. At 10 p.m. Central.
Actually, it's probably a good thing. Did you hear Facebook was all fucked?
Facebook was down.
Yeah,
was it?
Probably couldn't have done it last night anyways.
There we go. Well, never mind. We were supposed to do it last night, but Facebook fucked up. Forget all Teddy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it wasn't Teddy's fault. It was Facebook's fault.
It's Facebook fault. Yeah, motherfuckers.
That's
make
why
sure you join the
Facebook
conversation.
lost all that value on the fucking stock market because the Red Eye Report wasn't playing.
Yep.
Make sure you join the conversation at theredareport.com or facebook.com/theredareport. You can also Twitter us at Twitter, but nobody gives a fuck. Like us, definitely share us, definitely pass me around like a joint, ladies. Or fuck us. We're down for whatever. I'm Teddy.
I'm Oracle.
I'm Ashtray.
And I'm Mystic.
Always a
And this
race.
is the Red Eye Report. Oh, you fucking lovable sons of bitches.
Ashtray, I'm never last. All right?
Right.
Fucking
I just don't
fuck
ever want to
that
be
shit.
your caboose.
Dude, when Oracle went, I was like, oh, this is gonna be awesome. What's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? I was like,
Who's gonna be the last one in the human centipede?
Yeah, you
oh my god.
Right.
you would do good to
We all
remember
have
that.
to line up behind the black man.
Yeah, anywhere
No one
worse
wants
than
to be
second,
last.
anywhere worse than first is horrible in that situation.
Yeah, right.
Anybody's not first in the human centipede. I've never seen
Even
that show.
having somebody attached to your ass, it's kind of fucked up.
Yeah, it's
I've
a
never
little
seen that
fucked
movie.
up.
You know,
I've-
like that
Have you-
is
have
the
you-
best part of the whole situation. Yeah, is being first, the locomotive, if you will.
Yeah.
There you
But
go. Making
still a
lemonade.
fucked up situation.
so have y'all seen that movie?
I
I've
think
seen
I
the
watched a
first
little
one.
bit
Well,
of
I
it.
refuse to watch that. No,
I refuse to watch it too. Look, I'm not.
Aren't there like
that's
3 of
just
them now?
ridiculous.
Oh, I'm sure.
there
there's
two?
Fucking like 20 of them.
Who knows?
There's at
Probably
least 2.
Human Centipede 75.
I do know we're on Sharknado 26 though.
Yeah,
People
right.
love that shit. People love that shit.
That shit's so dumb.
Actually, there is
Sharknado.
Have any of you watched the economics documentary by or series on Netflix by the guy, the one of the Harold and Kumar actors, the guy who was in the
No.
Obama administration? Something like This Giant Beast of Our Global Economy. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
There's one whole episode about
About the human centipede.
not about the human centipede, but it's actually the people who make Sharknado.
Oh, okay.
The production company who makes Sharknado, they also, I can't remember what they call what the generic term for them was, but basically because they're like
Piece of
these
shit.
cinematic rip-offs, like generic movies, and you see them,
rated movies.
well, where it's like, oh, what movies are coming out right now?
When they made Pacific Rim.
Pacific
And there
Rim.
was one called like Pacific Uprising or something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
Oh.
exactly.
Like they make spin-offs to them. Okay.
These spin-off
Spoof
movies that are like,
yeah.
Similar in
Just
style.
to get people,
or,
old people that don't know what they're doing, to rent
Old
them.
people to rent them for their kids.
Yeah.
Here's a new Transmorphers movie, and it's
Yeah,
like
exactly.
Transmorphers. What? Like, Grandma, that's not Optimus Prime. Well, it cost me $1.99. And
It's like Optimus Primo.
anyways, this whole
Like the Mexican Optimus Prime. He's got like
Exactly.
a
What's up, Weapon?
rock.
this whole documentary show is about, he interviews the 2 guys who own this company, and like how they make, they've basically been making a good profit off of these low budget knockoffs.
I can see that. All right,
Yeah.
And
There's a lot of
unashamed about it, and they're basically
Oh, they
they're
don't
like
give a fuck,
sometimes, like we will have like sometimes the big motion picture companies will be like, oh well, your poster's too much similar to this poster, like the font is too close, and like okay, well we just change the font, and then that's it. It's like we still make that money. Basically off the gullibility of people thinking it is that big blockbuster coming out.
Boom. There you go.
Turn the TV down.
Movie minute.
Fell back asleep watching Bubble Guppies.
Bubble Guppies.
Bubble Guppies.
Is
All
that a
right.
show?
I'm signing off.
All right.
Night,
Bubble
motherfuckers.
Guppies.
Night, Bella.
Yeah, she was passed the fuck
Yeah,
out.
That cat is dead. Who is Amanda Sweet? Who knows this chick?
We know her from Marshfield.
Amanda's.
Yeah.
Maybe she worked at Figgy's
I
as
am,
well.
man.
All right. Peace.
All right, I'm out.
All right.